Welcome back. Here's Kovacs Report, and it's time for some Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion Issue 3 by Deniz Camp, Cody Ziglar and Jonas Scharf. Now, this miniseries has been a little lackluster so far. I'm going to go through this issue page by page and give you my thoughts. So please do read the book beforehand if you don't want to spoil. Like the video if you can, and hit subscribe. I'd absolutely love it if you hit subscribe. I really appreciate it. You've done a good deed for the day. So let's dive into this. So this has been, I think, disappointing is an understatement. The premise is so thin. You can see through it. I'm not going to bore you with what happened in the previous two issues, but essentially Miles Morales, he's been teleported to the ultimate universe, the alternate Earth, because his baby sister has fallen through this portal, and he's going to go and he wants to go get her back, obviously, because, you know, this is kid's sister. And it has been a terrible, terrible, terrible first two issues. Essentially, this book, to sum it up, or rather this series, is each issue we are going to sort of delve into the other Ultimate books. So we've had the Ultimate Spider-Man diversion, then we went to the Ultimate Black Panther diversion. This one is where we meet the Ultimate X-Men. So each of these issues is basically going to go through and meet the other characters from the Ultimate books. And I guess it's going to funnel them in to Ultimate Endgame miniseries, which is the conclusion of the whole Ultimate universe. And I'm probably going to take a wild guess here, another reboot, relaunch, I would imagine. So here we are. And that's exactly what happens. Miles Morales, he's split off from his Avenger friends, or rather his Ultimate friends, and he's going to go look for his baby sister on his own. She's been kidnapped by the Silver Samurai because everybody wants her. She's the anomaly. So she is the key to something here, something very, very powerful, something the Maker would want, something any villain would want. And they're all trying to capture her. And he came very close in Wakanda before she was kidnapped again by another set of villains, like I say, the Silver Samurai and whoever he's working for. I know, you can't make it. Well, you can make it up. I'm reading it. So here we are. And that's what exactly happens. He's in Japan. I take it. I think it's Japan. And he's wandering around and he bumps into, guess what? The Ultimate X-Men. They just happen to be walking through the park that he's walking through in the whole of Japan. And they're having a little chat. Now, of course, there's a language barrier here. So what we get is these corny little jokes, which Cody Ziglar and Deniz Camp are just, well, more Cody Ziglar are renowned for in Deadpool. They always fall flat. They're not funny. They're so forced, and it makes you wonder, why is this being printed? I mean, I'm being quite brutal about this, but it's just the feeling I get when I read it. Again, if you love this book, I'm very, very happy for you. This is just my opinion. So you might love books I don't. I might love books you don't. That's just the way comics are, right? But here we have it. So he's hiding in a tree, but they can sense him. And this staff, her staff, it keeps sort of triggering when certain things are around, right? And it's unexplained, of course, because they want it to trigger later on to advance the plot to where they need it, right? So it's like a Chekhov's pistol in a way. So anyway, they start battling, of course, because that's what normally happens. No one stops and talks anymore, but he does kind of try. He brings out his sword and it repulses the magic that they fire at him, which they haven't ever seen before. And he puts his hands up and says, I want to talk. And there's this funny little joke here where they go, oh, we don't speak the language. Maybe we use Google Translate, essentially. So that's what they start doing. They start talking through pretty much Google Translate. And they realize that, you know, they're not a threat to each other and they can help each other out. We jump to Miles Morales' little baby sister, and we see the Silver Samurai here allowing the baby to draw a smiley face on him. All right, again, this is Cody Ziglar all over again. You can tell it's one of his gags because it's not funny, right? That's the point, right? If there's a gag in this book and it's not funny, you know who wrote it. Anyway, he's playing cat's cradle with her, and I forget who she is now, because by this point in the book, I think you actually just don't care anymore. And she's like, oh, have you got a soft spot for the kid, the mighty Silver Samurai, you know, getting all emotional over child. He's like, oh, well, you know, she's so cute and all this. And it's just like, really, it isn't funny, dude. This is not funny at all. Then we get to Costa, who, again, I'm not going to explain who he is because I can't bring myself to go through it. But he's saying, listen, give me the baby. I'll give you riches beyond your wildest dreams. And you know, it's a good deal. And they're like, no, 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 the baby, the anomaly belongs to our emperor. Don't threaten us. This is not going to happen. So no. And then we jump back to this moment. We see Mars Morales crying. I think we're supposed to feel something here, but I don't. The reason that his baby sister has been transported here was because of his carelessness. He left the teleportation device in a waste paper basket next to her cot, which she miraculously crawled out of because she's a baby, right? And she got teleported in. And he couldn't catch her in time as she fell through. Even his webs wouldn't reach. When I'm thinking, anyway, we're going back to the issue I don't want to put you through, but it's his fault she's there to start with. And we get this moment where he's having a sob, and no one cares that he's crying. And they sit there and say, you know what, you're never truly alone. There's supposed to be this bonding moment here, and again, it falls absolutely flat. Now they fall asleep, and the staff, Minori's staff, starts lighting up again because, of course, you know, we've told you before that it can sense stuff and light up and do things. It starts levitating and they grab it and it explodes. And it magically beams them to exactly where his baby sister is. Right? So no explanation whatsoever. It just happens to beam them there. Of course, there's a fight. And there's, again, more strange dialogue here. He goes, you fancy yourself a warrior, boy? Then let us put that to the test. Oh, guns are so loud. Oh, I don't know what to do. But, you know, you're old. You're an old man. You might be an old man. But the thing about us young folks, we're pretty damn stubborn, but we still work well with others. What is this? Is this a child's program? Is this Sesame Street saying working with others is good? This is how we play. I don't get it. Like the dialogue it's just diabolical. It's absolutely diabolical. And to make it worse, we get another classic Ziglar's zinger, I'm going to start calling it. I don't know how much of Deniz Camp wrote this, because this feels very much like it was maybe Cody's turn to write it, because it is so Cody Ziglar. After the battle, after they defeated the Silver Samurai, they high five. They have a little high five, and then magic appears out of nowhere. She's obviously in the ploy of DaCosta, and he's sent her there to kidnap the baby. And yet again, she's been kidnapped. It's like a recurring theme every issue, right? Just when they find her, she gets kidnapped into some kind of portal or beamed out. And there he is with someone here he calls him David. He's siphoning off blood to enhance his powers. Now, I actually don't know who that is. I probably should know, but it's hard to really keep track of anything here. Anyway, it turns out he didn't really want the baby. He is being paid by the Eurasian Republic, which is the sort of baddies over in X-World, over an Ultimate Wolverine, and they wanted the anomaly, so they've paid him for I guess the location of the baby and the means to find her, to capture her. And he's there we go. And she says, well, why didn't you want the anomaly? He's like, well, you know what? I'm happy to sit back and be a bit of a puppeteer, earn my riches, and leave that other stuff to you guys. And then we get this moment here where he says, where is it? So I admit I've been a bit greedy, but I've forgotten how intoxicating it is to always be the smartest man in the room. Oh, what a gift. Push this person that way, that person the other. To understand someone is to own them, to watch as every decision they make, every action they take leads inevitably to the conclusion of my choosing, to see the grand design and yourself at the center of it. And there we have it. I mean, it's just, again, it's a nothing burger. This book is purely here to take your money because they are trying to figure out a way, because they haven't done it in the actual titles themselves, of bringing all of these books kind of together, so that when they do eventually meet in Endgame, they know each other, right? That they've had interactions before, maybe. Now, they could have done that in Endgame very, very well if someone else was writing it. But I guess this is just another way to siphon money off you from this Ultimate Universe. And I'm really, really disgusted at Marvel for this, because you are gaining nothing from this book, guys. It isn't furthering the main plot at all. Like, well, the Ultimates book itself isn't furthering its own plot. So I don't know why I thought this might. Honestly, this is a definite miss. The art isn't great either. I'm really sorry, Jonas Scharf. You are a talented artist, but I found the art in this just felt rushed. And this is what this whole book feels like. It's like, okay, guys, we need another Ultimate book. We need to cash in on the Ultimates, because we're getting close to that 2-year mark where all the books are going to stop, and we've only got the sort of mini-series running instead. And they've just thrown this in. So it's been rushed. Like, you can tell the art is rushed in this. The art, the colouring, the writing. Well, what did you expect? But again, I'm really sorry it's a negative review, but I'm always going to be honest. And like I say in all the videos where I give a negative review, if you love this book, That's absolutely cool. There's nothing wrong with you do. It's Coke and Pepsi, you know, and that's all it is. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments if you're still watching by now after that rant, and hopefully we'll have a little chat. So until next time, don't forget to like the video, and if you can, hit that subscribe button.